The coronavirus pandemic has brought out an altruistic streak in American corporations, and that includes those helping children and education. Audible has made hundreds of free streaming book titles available for young people and students, and Logitech has provided free webcams and headsets to teachers for remote learning. But even before the pandemic, one company has been helping kids across the country get the school supplies they need, and it's attracted some high-profile support.
It was a full-on dance party with a DJ, no less. When we paid a visit to Public School 1 in the Bronx, New York this March.
Are you the most incredible students?
All sparked by a man with a plan.
I don't think anybody in this class likes pencils, do they?
Australian entrepreneur Ido Leffler is the co-founder of Yoobi.
So can you hand this out?
A company that makes vibrant school supplies and donates them too.
You buy, Yoobi gives.
You can go to Target today. You can buy a Yoobi item, and every item you buy, another item will be given away. We want to make school supplies fun again. All right, do you want to hand those out? But most importantly, our goal for Yoobi is to provide free school supplies to every child that needs it here in the U.S. Beautiful.
Yoobi focuses on elementary schools where at least 70% of students are eligible to receive free or reduced cost lunch, partnering with the Kids in Need Foundation to distribute the goods.
So I want you to pick this up. Have you been to the gym this morning? Oh, you see? Oh.
Each classroom is gifted a 20-pound box of supplies for 30 kids.
Beautiful little pencil case.
Oh, nice. Including pencils, crayons, and more. Yoobi has donated more than 73 million school supplies since being founded in 2014.
Most people look to the U.S. as we're the country of plenty. Why would you come and seed here?
Well, I lived here for many years. I lived in a beautiful suburb in California, Northern California, and a mile from where I lived was a school that needed supplies much like this one did. It just didn't make sense to me that a kid that lived in one postcode versus a kid that lived in another zip code, that there was such disparity.
Celebrities have joined the effort, from baseball player Yasiel Puig and Zendaya to Usher and Pharrell Williams.
Reach up. No matter how far the stars are, reach up.
In America, more than 12 million children are from families in poverty, a reality all too familiar to Leffler.
I grew up with a mum who was a school teacher. My mum, the most she ever earned was $25,000 a year. And yet she would spend money out of her own pocket every year on supplies for her classroom and for the kids that needed it.
Something many educators in the U.S. can relate to. On average, teachers make less than $40,000 a year, but spend nearly $500 of their own money on school supplies.
To know that there's a program out there, organization that's thinking about teachers having to go into their pockets and spending money. I mean, I'm super grateful. What's your favorite planet?
Tasia Maxwell has taught here for 5 years and says what the school does offer just isn't enough.
My first week of my first year, my student came to me and was like, I need a book bag. And I'm like, okay, well, just tell your mom or tell dad, tell whoever's at home that you need a book bag, no big deal. Next day, student comes back like, my mom said to tell you or ask you for the book bag. And I'm like, okay, so now I realized at that moment, like, this is my responsibility. Like,
your responsibility.
This is my responsibility. Otherwise, my student is literally going to be carrying their books to and from home.
Thank you.
Part of Yoobi's giveaway includes a thank you to teachers like Maxwell. Fifth graders Isieni Herrera and Angelica Nunez are two of her students.
The man who did all of this, his mother was a teacher. So how did that make you feel when he came in and he just gives this stuff away to you guys?
Well, I felt happy because it was like a lot of things inside.
Do you need these things?
Yes.
You do?
Yeah.
Why?
Because before they gave us the supplies at home, I had no pencils at all. I only have like about 4 crayons, but I had a lot before. Me too. And I color with those little crayons, and then when I saw the big packet of crayons, I felt different.
Can you hand some out as well?
These in-person gifts are postponed for now, but Yoobi is still making thousands of classroom packs available at schools offering free meals, with big plans to help even more children believe in themselves.
You know, I keep going back to the idea of wanting to impact 5 million kids a year. We're up to about 1 million kids a year now.
What do you need to get there?
People support. And you know that every time you buy, whether it's a Yoobi pencil case or a Yoobi pen, that's going to help a child right here in a school such as this. And for us, if we can impact those children and help them feel more confident at school, if we can help them feel that they can turn up to school and do their homework at home because they now have supplies that they can take with them, that means a lot to us.
And obviously, we shot this before the pandemic started, or the lockdown, we should say. Those teachers, the shouldering, so much of the expense of, these children and getting them what they need in the classroom. We see what they do time in and time out. So this is really a great opportunity for them to sort of like get beyond and help those kids out.
Such a great story, Michelle, and I'm going out to buy stuff, Yoobi stuff specifically, because it's so amazing the way that they are trying to help in such an important way that you may not have thought of before. Great, great piece.